folks. Welcome to Sunday, day of rest. Great day. If you can actually take a rest, so you have to decide that for yourself. Now, today I'm going to talk about patterned self. The patterned self is likened to, what generates how you operate and how you're dissolved in your second, in the sections of your whole being. And the whole being, of course, is your state. And if you take, let's just say, a cube of salt, which has been reorganized into a cube or a square, you'll find that that cube is once again set in its state, its cubic crystalline state. Now, you'll have to pardon me. Not always perfect conditions to make a video, especially live. Dogs running under tables, and squeaky doors, and people walking about. But you know what? That's what life is about. So it's about things and patterns and arrays of all sorts of things. It's about when you're in that state of being, when you're that scripted cube, your state. You're operating as a mind. You have a mind. Sometimes it's crystallized, and that's your programmed state. If you've been educated to be formed in your framework, your state of crystallized being has a belief system. It has a pattern. Like a quartz crystal. How the mechanics of the atomic. Hi, Cheryl. Welcome to Sunday, day of rest. Now, quartz. It has a frequency whereby they set a rate of time. And so what we're talking about today is patterns. And that pattern is your G.O.D crystalline quartz cubed self. And I'm just trying to set myself into a place where I can, be in the moment. Because the Hermetic, if you're familiar with the Hermetic scripture, Hermetic sciences, movement is contrary to its station. So, for example, there's an anchor point of movement. So a radius point like Ra, for example. The whole part of the script is actually quite relevant. And what I'm about to share this morning in this whole section. Once the demonics is out and I can harmonize, I can set my state. I may not be able to make a video. That's the wonderful thing about being live. And this prime example of living, right? You have to put yourself movement and moment together. Movement, moment together. Movement is contrary to its station. It's like this arm moves contrary to the body that is stationed. There is movement that is contrary to its station. That is an understanding. That is a state of awareness. If you are aware of moment and movement together, like for example, palm of my hand is stationary, fingers are moving contrary to its stationary palm. So, and I'm gonna do this contrary, of course, to the chaos that's happening around me, because like everything is relevant in this scripted pattern. Okay, let's get into this. Now, God. There is one God divided amongst many. And every one of us, we have, or you may not have, a degree of understanding of what your God is. Okay? So not everybody is going to agree on God, the idea of God. But for me, for example, I can say that my God is a pattern. It's a pattern of the self. And that's Betty, by the way. Betty is the value of 432. Betty is value 432. Bruno is the value of 420. Bruno and Betty. They're quite interesting characters, quite interesting animals to watch. So there are a lot of distractions in this relationship between the moment and the movement of the seconds, sections of the moment. See the dial, which equates your wholly of sections. This is your individuality. Each and every one of us is a holy station of sections. That holy section of stations is one station being divided by 12. And seconds being, of course, 60. Okay, so this morning, for example, the pattern that overrides my degree of where I am in this holy, stationary, contrary moment of movement in time, I have the magic, the power to override the patterns. Whereby, and again, the Hermetic sciences, if you're familiar with the Hermetic sciences, human is the mortal. You see, if you recognize I'm struggling, this is life. There's a struggle that you have to give. And then, do you hear the animals? See, there's a whole relevance to the patterns that's happening here in this video today. And I will not stop it. It's a live video. And it is not by no coincidence. Everything is perfect in this script here. The human is the mortal God. And God is the immortal man. So again, man, you are the mortal God. God is the immortal man. So in the in the contrary position of moment, where you experience movement, the sections or the seconds of the sexagesimal monad in time. You're the moment, the immortal in mortal time. You're operating in a generating, operating, dissolving self program of the holy. And it's within, in word. Now I could say, tell Betty to shut up, but it will not make one bit of difference. So I want to share with you my dream, what I woke from this morning. I was being executed. I was detained, and I was with a prison guard, and I was about to be executed, electrocuted. Now, my dreams are astrological. They're perfect patterns. They are harmonics of my seen is a harmonic of what is unseen. The conscious is a harmonized script of the subconscious. Okay? So in this dream, I'm being executed within minutes. I only have minutes to live in this dream. And the guard then brings in this woman who is to talk to me about reconciling my life, and she wanted to talk about my remorse. And I said to her, I said, "Are you kidding?" I said, I haven't done anything. I haven't done anything to be remorseful for. And she was trying to convince me that I should have remorse. And I said to her, I said, you are an idiot. I said, you know nothing about me and my script or my pattern of my past, present, or future. I said, you have no clue. You're a part of an institution. You're only here caring about yourself. My life is for me to contemplate and close on my own. I don't need you. So it was a part of what I was aware of in the dream was that these characters, the guard, the woman that was led into the room to help me reconcile before I was electrocuted, they were just nonsense. And I had to override what was happening. And now, when I woke up, just before I woke up, I saw a list of characters. So in the dream, I was executed and electrocuted. And this is very important. This is very, very, very important. For you, those of you that don't have the attention span to hang on or listen to what I'm saying, you're like the woman in the dream. You don't need to go back there. Today being Sunday, Today is your day degree of execution. What I'm saying here is very profound. You see, your living day is in harmony, or it's a harmonic projection of your subconscious, or your sleep, or your death. The seen is a harmonic of what is unseen. It's a pattern. Not very many can identify the pattern in terms of harmony. Sunday is the day of the sun, which is 324, which is the voice, which is the love, which is the other stuff. The love, your need is your love. And then it goes 120 degrees to 444, which is the cross. You see, Jesus was put on the cross and executed. That goes 120 degrees to Uranus, which is 564, which is, of course, astrologically, Uranus, the electricity. So your love is executed, electrical execution, on the day of Sunday, and you're supposed to let your life go. You're supposed to let rest. Sunday is the day of execution. That's a harmonic. That's a harmonic axiom of truth. My God is a pattern, is an archetypal pattern. And I am God of self, of moment. I am. Not no device. Nobody is going to tell me what my pattern is. That's for me. That is for me. God is a pattern. It's a belief. It's just a knowing what is real. SOS paranormal. Pattern. Your belief is based on pattern of knowing. Regardless of your knowing, there is pattern. Regardless of your knowing or your belief, that pattern has momentum, and in momentum there is moment. There is movement of charted course, of script. And in the second, or the sections of the monad, is if you have the ability to put yourself in the contrary position of movement, you are in moment. You see, again, my hand, there is moment and movement. The palm is moment. The fingers are movement. So in sense of time, the fingers represent the 12 sections, or the sexagesimal 60 frequency. And the palm is the moment. This hand is a monad. It's like my body. It's a swimmer in a body of water. The body moves because the arm moves contrary to its stationary. This is the way the world works. This is the way that waking up works. This is the way that being realized works. When you have the ability to wake up, when you have the ability, like this morning, I was in, as far as I knew, it was real. I was in a room, I was being executed. Context of what I'm talking about is a very profound thing. In the patterns of dreams and the awakened state. Sunday is a day of execution. But if you are unrest, if you are unable to let go of last week, you're unable to go to the next pure script that the sun is bringing you. The sun and Uranus and the cross. Jesus was executed on the cross. After he was executed, he ascended unto a new pure script with God the Father in heaven. God the Father in heaven is a pattern, is an archetype of self. Source is 486. Source is harmonic. 486 has a specific point on the Ka of 72 degrees. If you're a rabbi, you understand 72 names. Everything is magic or magnetic continuum. Caught in moment of real eyes self. When you're able to do that, you're able to wake up midstream between conscious and subconscious, which is not the same as being conscious or subconscious. It's a state of being caught in the woo between the two tones of conscious and subconscious. Moment, stationary. Stations. Movement is contrary to its station of moment. So this morning, I woke up from being executed. I was executed, and then when I was executed, just before I woke up, I saw names on a page. And these names were listed in order, and they had one-line scripts. They had, I remember, there were accents, there were dialects of the character names. And then I woke up. So what I gather is that when you actually die, you get to choose from a list of characters. You see, this is because this life is a script, a one-line script. So your one-line script is like your astrological chart that you get. And you get to choose your name, which is your magic. Your 198, one line quantity and quality of your predestined script. And that script is the memo of your moment, of your pattern. And then you come into this life, and what you call God is according to what your script itself is to be. Not everybody has the same God. Yeah, there's one holy, but everyone, you see, we argue. You know, I get these emails, and thank you very much for your very kind emails, by the way, and thank you very much for your contrary emails and your contrary comments, because it's all part of a nature of reading the signs of being here. And, you know, we are today, Sunday, put in a room, and Sunday is meant to be the day where you put past aside and you move on to a new script. And you get to choose your pattern for next week. And you don't have to let last week's pattern move into the new week. So in the above, in the below, as above, so below as above. There is a reincarnation rule of the game that you can use every Sunday. You know, you can go through this execution with grace. Now, I remember in this dream from last night, I didn't want to let go of my life. You know, I was thinking about my mother. I was thinking about my loved ones, and I was thinking, gee, they're not even going to know that I've passed. And so, you know, it was a very interesting position to be put into. You know, I only had a few minutes, a few seconds to have this life, and then I was to be executed or electrocuted. And when I was electrocuted or executed, I went through a list of names and the scripts, and then I woke up. So, you know, my dreams, they show me the harmonic scripture of above and below, of conscious and subconscious. Dreams are incredible. Dreams are holy. Dreams are 360. And so I have this advantage to indiscriminately see God, see myself, see the scripts, see the reality, to sit in the moment between future, past, stationary, yeah, stationary, like if the self, if you could look at your hand, your right hand, and the symbolism of the hand, and if you could position yourself as the palm and time as the fingers, let's just say that fingers create the patterns, you know, the patterns. If the fingers create the patterns of your mind, you can see the electromagnetic field lines. And then the self is the present self, is the moment positioned contrary to movement. And the sections or the seconds are the base of 60. Now this morning I did meditation 324, 444, and 564. Those 3 points are the points of execution. There's the love, it's the things that you love in life, 324. There's the cross, there's the execution point. Jesus was executed on the cross. What more do you want? And then the 564, which is the Uranus, was the electricity. So this triad is the triad of execution, and that is dissolving the self, you say the crystallized idea of last week. Now let it go, let it die, let it gracefully execute that and go into the next week as a brand new day, with a brand new name. So anything that happened last week is gone. It's dead. So the ability to transmute is, of course, comes with the skill of positioning yourself in the moment, which is the immortal. The moment is immortal. The movement is mortal. So the holy is the immortal, and the seconds are the mortal. See? St. John said, man's number is 6. If you can add, 6 is the section of time upon which we move. And your consciousness is because you have moment of self. That moment is contrary to its sections of movement, which is time. So no matter where you go, there you sit, there you are in moment. Moment overrides movement. But you can sit there in the moment and watch movement. You can observe time passing by. But you are the moment, which is the immortal, harmonic, or source of the seconds, which radiates around you, So I like to reference Jesus' scriptures because it was very wonderfully put in the hermetic sense of the harmonics of your signatures that are written in heaven. Everybody that has a signature, you have a state of being or real estate in heaven. You own a place which is the moment, which is the immortal moment. And the mortal is the movement of the immortal. Mortal is the generate, operate, dissolve. This is how the day works. A day is mortal time that goes around the immortal moment. So if you're still here passing through Betty's the 432, if you're able to transcend that, move past it, then you have moment. You have the stability and balance of the moment. That's what we're looking for in this life. It's the balance, the stability, the sanity, the sanitary placement. Sanitary is the uncorrupt balance, point, position of the moment, peace in time is your moment. There's a stationary, contrary to the movement. So whatever's happening around you, sit in your moment, sit in your radius point, sit in your anchor, sit where Solomon sat, positioned on his couch, on his throne, protected by 60 warriors, 60-degree warriors. So I am now awakened from a dream where I was casted in a script where I was being executed. But that was an astrological script of symbols given to me in a dream. Then I woke up. And because I am a being able to be in moment, sometimes I cast myself in movement, in the chaos of movement. But I'm able to reel back spiritually into moment of stillness. And I'm able to do this because I can recognize the nonsense of the script. I am able to see myself as mortal and immortal, as God, G.O.D. I operate contrary to the stable, the stable anchored kingdom within my heart, which is the stationary moment. The heart is the anagram of the earth. The earth is scripted to be stationary by Moses in Genesis because it is a manual of the mind. So, the only thing I'm concerned about is not what is under my feet, but what is in my heart. This is what is under my feet is like what is within. It is stable and still. That is moment. What happens around me, wind, clouds, stars, is movement. I am a self-aware state of being. I know that I am the bees and the hive. I know that every second is a living bee. Every minute is 60 bees. Every hour is 360 bees bringing honey to the comb. That's analogy. It's the only way to speak about this energy work of astrotonality. This is a system that allows you to wake up. It allows you to be in moment. And that is our only objective, is to become self-realized as both man, immortal, and mortal. To watch the life go and watch it come from there in the contrary position of the station of your moment. See, we get caught in the movement of things, but you realize they are always between future, past, caught between, in the center, in the heart, not in the mind. The mind is movement. The heart is moment. And on the Sunday, in your meditation, 324, 444, 564 is a triad, perfect harmonic triangle of 60 degree sections positioned around the moment of what you are. That's the whole objective. Sit in the moment. And let the mind be executed. Because the heart can choose a new name, a new scripture, a new quality of quantity in time. So you can start tomorrow with a brand new, fresh, pure honey. Taste it. Honey is the value of 444. Value 402 is honey. 402. And his work. So, not everybody loves their work. Because, of course, you're caught in the movement of your work, not in the moment of your work. If you can be in the moment of your work and love your work, you find a whole new existence. So today for me, waking up from a dream where I was executed, incredible. How could that, you think about it, like dreams are so fantastic. They teach you, or your dreams is a teacher. Same value, 360. Here I was just before I woke up in execution room. I was executed. When I was executed, I got to look at a list of names and a one-line script. Then I woke up. I woke up as me, I had my coffee. I let the moments be contrary to the movement. And, I thought that it was a very interesting dream to realize, and it was very interesting to have my life quantified. You have 3 minutes to live, and we're going to hit the button, and you have to sit there, realizing, hey, I love my script. I love my life. I don't want to let go of it. Right? And up until the point where I was executed, I didn't want to let go of my life. And then I saw a list of new names. And then I took a name, I took a script, and I woke up. Wow, it's incredible. So, this astrotonality work is very, very, very incredibly, it's a very incredible mystical body of work. And I've basically decided that I'm just going to write a book. And I'm going to listen to Betty now and let the day go. All right. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you again. Yeah, I'm gonna start this book in a organized way. Books are great because you actually keep the book as a handbook instead of coming into a video, which is like my 200, God knows how many videos. I don't know how many videos I've done. But with a book, you will understand the basics, and the reader will assume the spirit of the writer. So it's actually, I think it's the right thing to do now is to write the book of astrotonality, to lay it down for those who resonate, to get the full benefit of what you're supposed to. And thank you very much, Cheryl. You're a very important part of this work, as you know. Talk to you soon.